Hey guys, Brian Goes Blue.
And Coco too.
Back again with another movie review vlog for you tonight. And tonight we're seeing A Quiet Place.
Day one.
Day one. But it's not day one. It's
I almost said part two.
It's like day 6 or day 7. Or day 5, I think. That's what we're seeing.
What? Are you messing with me?
No, I'm talking about the day it came out, from the day it came out to now.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's very specific. Why would they call it day one if it wasn't actually day one?
Oh, it is. It is day 1.
Okay.
But we're seeing it on
A Quiet
the
Place,
5th day it's been out.
Day 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is a prequel to the John Krasinski 1 and 2 newer classics, I guess. I don't know.
From the mind of John Krasinski.
From the imagination of John.
Oh yeah.
The imagination of John Krasinski comes.
You know what? When I was a little girl. Hope you guys liked that in the last video.
Yeah, the Nicole Kidman.
We tried not to laugh too hard while filming it.
Yeah.
What have you heard so far about this one? Like,
I heard overall it's some people don't like it as much. Some people like it. I heard it's pretty action packed the whole way through. We're following different characters than the first 2 movies, of course.
Yep.
And it's a different director. I don't know the name of the director off the top of my head, but I know he directed that movie Pig with Nicolas Cage, which I haven't seen yet. But yeah, it seems like it's pretty good, like action packed, and we're just we're just sick of seeing the trailers.
Oh yeah, I said I'm so excited we're seeing this tonight. Obviously, because we've been excited to see it, but no more Quiet Place trailers.
That is the most played trailer we've seen in the last few months, like 3 or 4 months of just every time we go to the movies. Quiet Place day 1.
Well, I'm excited. I was excited when Joseph Quinn, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he, or Joe, when he started popping up. Because he wasn't in the first ones we were seeing was that other guy that was like, telling her to be quiet.
Yeah, that guy's name is hard to pronounce. It's like Digimon, Hisu or something.
Digimon?
I don't. You look up his name and try to pronounce it. It's hard.
I'm glad I didn't try to do that for this. Because I was about, I usually do that.
But he's a recurring character in the other movies, at least in part 2, I believe. I'm not sure if he was in the first one. But
no Cillian Murphy. No Emily Blunt. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
This should be pretty good. We're seeing it in Dolby. And we're seeing a late show because somebody took the seats that we usually sit in. Are we in our normal spot?
No.
I thought because we were seeing a later one, we're in our normal spot. Oh, we're to the right?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so he always picks the seats that's like our seats because they're the best, like they're right in the middle. But a little to the right, okay, so for some reason that I think I've said this before, like the vibrating and like the movement, not the movement, but the intensity of our normal seats isn't as much as like when we slide over a few. So this is going to be pretty cool with that.
Yeah.
And now you're going to be like, oh, do you want me to not do our normal seats because of the vibrations?
We can surf around other seats.
Yeah. I like our seat. Those are our comfort seats. When we see other people in them, we're like, oh, that's ours. Anyways, not important. It's going to be cool in Dolby. Dolby. Dobby. Crazy hair. You think there's going to be jump scares?
Yeah, there'll be jump scares.
Okay. Those always get us, so.
Yeah.
Will this be scary? No, probably not, but it's going to be intense.
I don't know how it's going to play out the whole movie, but I'm thinking I'm really looking forward to when the shit goes down in New York City and all that crazy stuff.
That's going to be nuts.
Towards the beginning of the movie. Then I feel like it's going to like go slow down and like level out. That's just my prediction.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And then maybe Joseph Quinn and what's her name fall in love because they did in real life. They're together in real life. So a little spoiler alert there for you. I want to say something before we go in because hopefully everybody watches our videos through, but just in case you don't stick around for our review, our spoiler-free review, This one had a birthday yesterday. as of the time of this recording, it's the 2nd. Yesterday was the 1st. That was his birthday. So feel free to wish him a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I'm not going to tell you guys my age.
We're still celebrating. We're going to be celebrating like all week and weekend.
I'm not 40 yet. I'll just say that.
Yeah. No. So, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a little birthday shout out because, you know, I love you.
Love you.
And they love you.
Yeah.
So.
And I love you.
We love you guys. Go check out Brian Goes Blue, Brian's birthday montage video. Brian's birthday montage video. We watch that every year. It's a tradition now. Thanks to all the awesome people that sent in videos for that a few years ago. We watch it every year. We laugh our asses off. It's the best thing. So go check that out if you want. We already watched it today. We're gonna go get our popcorn on.
Free birthday popcorn.
And our free drinks. And whatever else.
Let's get in there.
Okay.
Alright, now we're really blocked by the trees. Past the trees to the AMCs we go. So, yeah. What do you guys think about these prequels and sequels that are done by different directors and writers and not done by the original groups? I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but yeah, I'm just not sure how I feel about that.
No?
Yeah, it's really weird. Because John Krasinski made this kind of world now with these couple movies, and other people were just picking it up and directing it, and not really taking ownership of it by any means. But it is odd,
and I wish that it was still him. Makes more sense.
Well, there's still probably going to do another one from him, I believe.
Yeah.
I heard there's going to be like 3 in the series at them, but I don't know. It's very weird. We're here. See you in there. This is still probably one of the coolest standees we've seen in the movie. So I'm showing it off again for this one. And then we have the IMAX poster. Alright, we just got out of seeing Quiet Place Day 1. Ready to hear our thoughts in the car. It's like 11:20 p.m. and there's like kids all around here. It's kind of crazy. Movie theaters in the summertime. And we're back in the car. So, yeah. What'd you think? Liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A lot.
That was pretty good. Better than I thought it would be.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear your thoughts.
Let's hear my thoughts.
Oh, but before we hear your thoughts, how are we gonna do this? I don't want to give anything.
You don't want to give it your all?
I want to give it my all, but I don't want to give anything away.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Like with her and the whole. You know? Okay, let's just hear your thoughts first.
Well, I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't as good as the other two, of course, for me anyways, because there was like less of a, like, I don't know, everything's in your face in this one, kind of. Like, the creatures are all out there, like, there's no hiding them, there's just not as much suspense with them. Like, you get to see a lot more of what they do, like the way they communicate to each other, and just more of the creatures all as a whole in general, which kind of like kills a little bit of it, as far as like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess it's suspense, and I don't know. There was a couple of parts where it was supposed to be a jump scare that I didn't jump at too, just because I kind of was expecting it. I did like the actors, and I thought that the acting was really great. Joseph Quinn did a great job, and I don't know her name. What's her name? Lupita. Yeah, she did really great too. They were pretty much the mains the whole time, and the cat, of course.
Yeah.
Cat kind of stole the show.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it takes place in New York City, and what?
Nothing.
What? And then
Yeah, so basically it takes place in New York City. We first see the character of Samira. I think that's what the credits said her name was, but I don't think she ever introduced herself.
No, they barely say her name.
Yeah, so this was really difficult for us to like figure out how to tell you because there's some things that could be considered spoilers, but could also not be. So we're just gonna leave it out and say that when we're introduced to her character, she's in a facility going through a rough time, and she's with other people that are going through the same thing as her. She's in like a group session at the beginning, and Alex Wolff is like her, I guess you could call him like a mentor, right?
Yeah.
Or someone close to her. So anyway, he invites her out to this like outing. Said, we're gonna take the bus into the city and go see a show at the theater. Like, would you like to come along? And she's kind of like, but he convinces her to go. So the big group of them goes into the city, which she really wasn't interested in going, but then when she like got into the city, she was like, you could tell she was like into it.
Yeah.
And this isn't an important spoiler, but it is an important part of the movie that gets brought up quite a lot. There's a strong focus on pizza and getting pizza.
Yep.
It's something she like really wanted to do, and very relatable.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of their thing. Like she says, like, okay, I'll go only if we can get pizza.
Only if we can get pizza. Yeah.
Okay, deal. So anyway, they go see the show, and of course, you know, the whole movie's about the monsters, we don't even know what they're called, coming in and invading the city. You've seen that in all the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And then we run into, we don't know his name, the one we also saw in the trailer.
Digimon, Hisu.
I thought he, oh yeah, Digimon.
Digimon.
I thought he was going to be in this a lot more, didn't
I thought he
you?
was, yeah.
They kind of made you think that he was going to be in this quite a bit. But,
it was only towards the beginning and a little bit at the end.
Yeah. So, and you said that her cat stole the show. Like, she has her cat this whole time. And, yeah, she pretty much just kind of, like, leaves the show because something in the show, like, made her emotional, so she kind of cut out. And then stuff starts going wild, just like you predicted. Right at the beginning, all the New York City stuff is happening. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. Our seats were vibrating, and it was loud and very, very action-packed. And then it did slow down quite a bit. But I was so, like, drawn in, and, like, it kept me captivated the entire time. It did get highly emotional, especially after she meets Eric, Joseph Quinn's character.
Yeah.
And then they're pretty much just, like, buddied up and saving each other's lives and trying to survive this thing, right?
Yeah, and he was just there for law school. His family lived in like the UK.
Yeah, so he didn't have anybody.
Yep.
And she kept telling him, because they had radio signal, and like they were helicopters flying overhead and making announcements saying this is the final evacuation, mandatory, make your way to the water, because they knew that the things couldn't get in water, and they along the way kind of like realized, like, getting behind, like, on the backside of water, it's okay to talk. When there's a rainstorm or a thunderstorm, it's okay. Like, there are times when it when it doesn't.
If you're near like a waterfall, you can speak to each other normally.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. And they feel like she picked up on it really quick. Other people were just like screaming and doing crazy things. She picked up on it like really quick.
That was my favorite part. What I think was whenever like everybody's like trying to evacuate, and then it's like the second shit hits the fan kind of moment.
Yeah.
When everybody's just acting stupid.
Yep, screaming other people's names. She was very smart in her strategies. Like, she knew how to survive it. Yeah. Which, was ironic, but I think
it also helped that she was a very quiet and reserved person to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so was he, so they really, like, clicked well together. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of, like, how you explained, like, you kind of got a little bit of both of their backstory. It started getting really, really emotional, which...
You could tell when she first... Sorry to cut you off, but...
No, it's great.
You can tell when she first met him that she was, like, kind of, like, weary about how outgoing he would be or reserved like she was, like, how quiet each one of them would be.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, because that's where I was going with that. I kind of, like, drifted off, but yeah, she kept telling him, like, go to that street, go out to the water, they're taking everybody out on a ferry boat, and he just was like, basically like, no, I'm gonna stay with you, like, I'm scared, I don't want to be alone, like, I'm sticking with you.
Like, I know you got your stuff together.
Yeah, and essentially is like taking care of her, and she's taking care of him. They both, like, there were situations where they both helped each other, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
And that cat, goodness gracious, that cat really, oof, I wasn't expecting that, to have, like, an attachment to a non-human in this. But I have more attachments to animals generally than humans. No. But yeah, for me, I think that the element of, like, surprise, like you said, like, you just saw them, like, up close, like, there was no guessing what they looked like. They were all out in the open. So I do understand what you're saying there. Like, the first one definitely had, like, that, and it was in broad daylight most of the time.
Yeah.
The first one had, like, the red lights and the darkness and the creaky house and the floorboards, and this had stuff like that too. So I do still feel like there were jump scares and they got me, but it was just different.
Yeah.
So
even though this is day one, definitely watch the other ones before you watch this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to want to be able to, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I will say, like, for it being a totally different, like, direction and, like, directing, I still think it was so great. We got, like, an inside scoop on, like, how other people experienced it on day one.
Mm-hmm.
And we got invested in the characters. You know, you were rooting for them. You were getting, like, emotionally invested in them. And by the end, I was crying, you know? The music all throughout is pretty, like, tame and gets pretty intense in some parts and creepy. But then it starts to get really emotional, and it just, like, it rips your heart right out at the end. And it was more emotional than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I think people would come to this and think, oh, it's just a horror movie. But, like, that was pretty deep.
Yeah, besides, there was, like, one scene in the beginning with a bunch of cussing, but other than that, there's not really much, like, language either, so I feel like for the most part, like, it could be, you could watch this series as, like, intro to horror kind of thing, like, to get you in through.
Yeah. There were kids in our row, but I still felt like there was stuff that maybe they shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah.
Because they're snatching them up, and people are just getting kind of thrown around. And...
Yeah, but it's definitely good for PG-13 horror.
Yeah.
You know, something that a wider audience can see that's under the age of 18, 17.
Yeah. So, I really enjoyed it. I think I would give this... I'm struggling between... as of right now, I think I'll give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I was going to say 3.5 too.
I was going to say I was teetering between 3.5 and 4, but...
I think I give the other two movies 4s, so I think this is a 3.5 for me.
Oh, I keep forgetting there was another one too.
What?
A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. Like, after...
Yep.
I don't want to give a spoiler on that too, just in case someone hasn't seen that, but... yeah, I think that if you want to go see this, you have an interest, you definitely should. It was really awesome seeing it in Dolby. The sound, the movement, it really, like, enhanced it a lot. One thing that we did want to share, we got lucky. We didn't see this day one or anything, but day 5 we got this cool poster, and it says limited edition in the corner. Our theater's been doing pretty good with the posters lately.
Yeah, we got the Exorcism poster, and now we got this one.
So, and in the middle there it says, "Witness the day the world went quiet." And it's showing, like, all the New York City and, like, the reflection of it on the water, and, like, the kind of some destruction already happening, and the helicopters. But what I thought was really interesting about this is they use the element of, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
They use the element of sound,
Yeah.
of audio. Sorry, you can see I grabbed more than one on accident.
Just two.
They use the element of sound here because if you notice, this is a sound bite.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Did you notice that
Yeah.
too? It's a sound bite. And at the beginning of the movie, they did in text put New York City averages an output of 90 decibels constantly. Or not constantly, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And then it said, and that's like the equivalent of
A constant,
a constant scream.
Yeah.
Which, so I think this poster is really cool because it shows like the sound bite and
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, so that's really cool to have. I'm glad we got that.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's our review of Quiet Place Day 1.
Day 1. Oh, were you going to say part 2?
Yep. I was going to say that at the beginning of the video too. I'm glad that I looked at my app and realized it was not called part 2.
Yeah. It's
We already got one of those.
yeah. So maybe there's going to be a Quiet Place Part 3 with the family back, or I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
They could do so many things with this franchise too.
Yeah.
Now that it's like growing into a franchise now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry about the vagueness of this video. There's so much that I would want to talk to you guys about and say, like a lot of things that hit home, especially.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I don't want to rob you. We don't want to rob you of the experience of going in kind of blind like we did. Like, I know a lot of our viewers and our friends will say, like, yeah, I if I'm going to go see the movie, I'm probably not even going to watch your guys' review just because I'm not going to watch anybody's. I'm going to try to avoid trailers because that's going to give away more than anything. So generally, I think when people are like going to watch our review, they're like, all right, I've seen it, or I'm probably not going to see it, or whatever. So we really try to like do that for you guys. But it's hard sometimes. Like this one was hard.
Yeah, definitely.
So but yeah, there's always more that I wish we could talk about. But yeah, we just do what we can.
We say what we can, and we mean what we say.
Yep. So we're back at the theater tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we're seeing Maxine.
Early screening.
And then I don't know what else after that. There's more and more ahead as far as the movies.
We've got more on deck.
Yep.
So we'll just keep them coming at you. There's no shortage of movies this summer,
No.
and then no shortage like going into fall and spooky season too. So
yeah, it's packed here as far as the AMC's going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's our review.
Stay after the previews.
After the credits, there's nothing.
Don't worry about
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian Goes Blue.
And go too.
Signing off.
Bye.
Bye.